Have you ever wondered why New York City is called New York? Who gave it that name, and what does York even mean? Let's take a step back into the fog of time and uncover the story behind one of the most iconic cities on Earth. A story that begins with a tiny village and grows into a global giant. It all started in the year 1624. Dutch settlers, full of hope and ambition, arrived on the shores of North America. There, on the southern tip of what we now call Manhattan, they built a modest settlement. They named it New Amsterdam, in honor of their beloved city back home, Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. These pioneers came searching for a better life, for opportunity, and what they found was a location like no other, a natural harbor, where rivers met the sea, perfect for trade and shipping. It wasn't long before the Dutch West India Company turned New Amsterdam into a vital link in their global trading network. But this land wasn't empty. It was already home to the Lenape people, who had lived in harmony with these rivers and forests for generations. In the beginning, the Dutch and the Lenape coexisted, trading goods, especially fur. But as more settlers arrived, the hunger for land grew, and with it came tension. Disputes broke out, cultures clashed, and the delicate balance began to crumble. Still, New Amsterdam thrived. It grew, quietly, steadily, stubbornly. But then came the year 1664, a turning point. British ships appeared in the harbor. Not a single shot was fired, not a drop of blood was spilled. The Dutch, vastly outnumbered and caught off guard, surrendered the city. In one swift move, New Amsterdam became New York, renamed to honor James, the Duke of York, brother of King Charles II of England. James had been granted this new territory, and now the city bore his title. But what is York? York is a city in northern England, ancient historic, shaped by Romans, Vikings, and medieval kings. So New York simply meant a New York, a new beginning, a new chapter. But it was more than just a name change. It was the dawn of a new era, of British rule, British customs, and British ambition. And under British control, New York began to transform. It became a mosaic of cultures, a crossroads of people and purpose. Immigrants poured in from England, Scotland, Ireland, and across Europe. They brought with them dreams, languages, traditions, and slowly a unique identity began to form, one that was diverse, alive, and endlessly evolving. By the 18th century, New York was no longer just a colonial outpost. It had become the beating heart of commerce in the American colonies. Its ports buzzed with life, ships arriving daily carrying sugar, tobacco, fur, molasses, and hope. Stone streets were laid, markets came to life, buildings climbed upward, daring to touch the skies. But beneath that growth, unrest began to stir. As the British Crown tightened its grip, imposing harsh taxes and restrictive trade laws, the spirit of rebellion awakened. The Stamp Act, the Townshend Acts, each one struck a nerve. New Yorkers protested, organized, resisted. Groups like the Sons of Liberty rose to the occasion, hanging effigies, boycotting British goods, and lighting the first sparks of revolution. The city's cobbled streets echoed with chants of freedom, and its taverns buzzed with talk of independence. Then came the war. In 1775, the American Revolution began, and New York, standing at the center of it all, became a battlefield. The Battle of Long Island in 1776 was a devastating blow for the Continental Army. The British took the city and held it tightly for years. New York, once a place of trade and dreams, now lay under military occupation. Its homes, churches, and marketplaces became shadows of a city at war, and yet the spirit of the people endured. Because every night has its dawn, and this city, this New York, has always found a way to rise, time and time again. From New Amsterdam to New York, from quiet outpost to world capital. Its name may have changed, its rulers may have come and gone, but its soul, its drive, its energy, its beating heart that never faded. Today, when we walk through the streets of New York City, we don't just see tall buildings and flashing lights. We see centuries of courage, struggle, and reinvention. We hear whispers of ships in the harbor, footsteps on cobblestone, and voices that once cried out for freedom. New York, a name, a legacy, a living story still being written.